Welcome to a New Beginning podcast. I'm your host, Maureen Doyle. I'm a certified life coach, author, and coffee enthusiast. Did you know that at any moment you can create a new beginning in your health, relationships, career, or mindset? Each week, I will share simple strategies to transform your life and create new beginnings. Ready to start yours? Let's dive in. Hey everyone, how is everyone doing? Today, I am going to talk about growing on purpose. Each week, I have the honor of coaching my clients. And very often, what we're really coaching on is growth. Cognitive growth, emotional growth, professional growth. And let me tell you, growth is not for the faint of heart. It's uncomfortable. It stretches you. It asks more of you. But it is always worth it. So today, I'm going to talk about growing on purpose, why it matters, and why we resist it. So, growing really does matter, but most of us will resist it. Think about this. Why bother growing a business? Why bother losing weight? Why learn a new skill or a new language? Why try to be a better parent or partner or friend? Why work on being calmer, kinder, less reactive? Why bother? The beautiful thing about being alive is that you don't have to grow. You can think the same thoughts you've always thought. You can stay in the same job. You can repeat the same patterns. You can live in familiar patterns. That is always available to you. Or you can choose growth. But when you do, you will be choosing also discomfort. But you will also be choosing evolution, evolving yourself. And when you do that, and when you agree to change yourself, there will be discomfort. Now, here's an important distinction. Some people grow for external validation. They grow because they want to be admired, or to be accepted, or to be praised. That's externally motivated growth. It is very different from growth that comes from within. Growth that comes from within says, I want to expand. I want to see what I'm capable of. I want to deepen my life. That's internally motivated. One feels exhausting and never ending. And the other one feels nourishing. But let me be very clear about something. You don't need self-growth to fix yourself. You are not broken. You are not an appliance that needs repair. There has never been anything wrong with you. Growth is not about fixing. It's about deepening. True self-growth takes you deeper within yourself before it ever shows on the outside. It's internal first, always. Now, growth, it requires discipline. Building a new mindset, that's work. Noticing your thoughts, challenging them, practicing new ones, creating new neural pathways. That's a lot of the work that I do with clients. And yes, it is work. Growing a business, that also takes work. Planning your day, following through, especially when it's uncomfortable. Learning new skills, facing rejection. Entrepreneurship might be one of the greatest personal growth accelerators there is. But doing anything new will feel uncomfortable. Expect it. Discomfort isn't a red flag. It's a sign you're expanding your capacity. Here's the question I love. Why grow if there's nothing wrong with you? It's because growth expands your capacity. The more you grow, the more you can create. And the more you create, the more you can contribute. And then the more you contribute, the more we all evolve on this earth. Growth will also increase your strength and your awareness and your presence. It moves you from unconscious habit into conscious living. But not growing is also a choice. Not growing looks like comfort and familiarity and repetition and reacting and blaming and numbing with food or liquor or drugs and just plugging into old patterns. It doesn't require too much of you. But again, no judgment on that. But growth, if you want growth, growth asks you to override your primitive brain. That part of you that just wants comfort and pleasure and the same. Growth asks you to get over your own nonsense. And that might actually be the point of life. When you adopt a life of intentional growth, you move towards self-actualization, realizing your potential, living fully, becoming the most authentic version of yourself. Again, not because you need fixing, but because you're capable of expansion. Your desires, whatever it is that you desire, they really matter because this is what I believe. You would not have been given desires if you weren't meant to grow into them. And then your capacity grows as you grow. The more you take on, the more you become capable of handling. So this week, ask yourself this: why would I grow? Why pursue that goal? Why build that business? Why strengthen that relationship? Why learn something new? Why not just stay comfortable? Now, there's no wrong answer, but if something in you feels nudged, if something in you wants more depth and more aliveness, then maybe it's time to decide. Decide to grow. Take one action, especially if it feels uncomfortable. Because discomfort might just mean that you are becoming that next version of yourself. And remember this, it's never too late. Have a beautiful week, my friends. I will talk to you next week. If you enjoyed this podcast, check out my free workbook, 6 Secrets to Getting Anything That You Want. Head over to maureen-doyle.com/6secretsguide to pick up your free copy today.